Good evening. It is Saturday night, June 27th. It's after 8 o'clock p.m. and I had run across a writing today that I would like to share with you. I had been thinking about doing a video and sharing some things that hopefully can make a difference. And then here I run across this writing, and I think it's perfect in sharing a gist of my thoughts that I had thought about making a video for. So anyway, in April, so this is called Continued Journey of the Heart, 04/15/2018. Used to hear a lot when I was a teenager growing up that you are a product of your childhood. I used to think and purpose in my heart that this is not true, that we can change our future by doing things different than our parents, different than our friends or family or church members, being careful to make right choices in life, rising above the circumstances you are in, to be positive, focusing on others when you are down or hurting, since there is always someone who has had it worse in life than yourself, helping others in need, taking your eyes off yourself, setting goals, having dreams, moving forward in purposeful actions, keeping your heart humble with compassion for others, sharing kindness and love, giving of your time, gifts, and talents. This is all good, yet what was never shared in my youth was first taking care of yourself, finding if there is any need of heart repairs to be done within your being. Is there anything from your childhood that was negative in your growing up years? Did you live in a good environment, neighborhood? Were your parents good in heart and spirit? What about siblings, friends, or other family members? Were there any pets? And if so, were there any traumatic situations even with your animals, or was everything in your environment good, including tones of voices, television, games, music, now internet and cell phones exposed in our homes? There is so much to consider when someone asks, did you have a good childhood? Even a parent that is good can do damage by being too nice, maybe not enforcing discipline consequences to bad behavior, or enabling their child or children to not be able to stand on their own to face the real world in consequences of wrong choices, or the hurts inflicted from the devastating actions of others. Now later in life, faced to realize after being stripped away all that meant anything to me, how did this happen? After all my years of challenges and struggles, I end up here. After much heartache, sleepless nights, bad thoughts, mistreatment of others in your life, understanding things are out of your control, educating on the problem and how we got here, we start to see a pattern that was started in your childhood. Wow. Oh no. Now I understand how things ended up, how they are now. Yet now I have grown children or a grown child and new grandbabies or a new grandbaby. The pattern has gone on to the second generation and is now threatening the third generation. It is time for me to work to understand through the help of a licensed Christian counselor, possibly the need for me to find healing for myself first. But actually, a side note, if you spend time with God, God is your best counselor. If you spend time with God and seeking Him with your whole heart, your whole mind, and your whole soul, and in the Word and in prayer, and accepting Jesus and the sacrifices that He committed, He paid on this life for us, so that we could be free of sin and to connect our hearts to God in spirit. So anyway, that is the best counselor. Okay, so back to the writings. Let's see. So I ended with so healing of myself, so that I can more effectively pray, fight through the power of the Spirit of God in me for my children, and my grandchildren. I so wish I had seen the need for healing of heart at a younger age, to in turn would have made a better choices for a spouse, for my offspring. Now helping to heal my heart and understand what I can do different, show my child the need to fixate on healing, to know they do not want the same environment and toxic people affecting their children. We all want to spare our kids of things we have gone through. Of no choice of our own, we too were affected. To learn how, through the power of God, to stop the generational curses in our families. Hit with the picture of growing up around an abusive parent in any way, that the children either grow up being abused in some way, emotionally, physically, or sadly to say more, grow up being abused by others, or someone. It doesn't even have to be someone in the family, as they were, or accept relationships of friends, spouses, bosses, etc., that are abusive because this is what they came accustomed to in their environment. Not knowing as a child how to remove yourself, or not having a choice, we are programmed in a way we did not even understand. Because, like I mentioned, most mothers and fathers who have had a not so good childhood want different for their children. Please, whatever age you are, if you grew up, accepted relationships currently or in your past that was harmful, get some help to heal yourself and to help prevent further damage to you and or any loved ones close to you. Choose to learn what to look for in others you choose to be around, and your children and their close friends and your close friends. Okay, that's what I have to share. And the other thing that I did want to say when I was mentioning about mothers and fathers is that a lot of times the mothers and fathers, they've come from more abusive environments than you grew up in yourself. So you probably, in some cases, had a better environment than they did, but it's still, like mentioned, it can go to the second and third generation. So we just need to do what we can to help our kids, while we can, and get some help, help direct them into getting some person to talk to, trustworthy, or being able to share information with them, to pray to God themselves about their situations and recognizing things. So anyway, I hope that helps somebody in some healing of the heart, and taking time for yourself first, because if we don't have our hearts right and our lives right, it's harder to help others. And anyway, and we all want the gift of love. Okay, take care and have a great night, great weekend. Okay, bye.